Hello guys, welcome to another tutorial. In this tutorial we are going to be creating this neon writing pattern here. So once you hover it, you got that your snakes there and then the writing. Hope you saw that, the snakes and then the writing with this hover effect here. There are snakes and then the writing. So yeah, I don't want to waste any more time. Let's just jump right straight into it. So as usual, I already have my HTML open up here. I have my CSS as well open up here. I have my file open up in my browser here. As you can see, it's empty at the moment. So I just want to come into my HTML there, and in here I just want to add a couple of things, since most of our web will be doing it in our CSS. So in here I just want to add a link and then give it a class name of btn, right? And then this ring is just going to be reading no way. So in our ring, inside our ring here, I just want to add 4 span. So span and then add it 4 times, right? So as you can see, we got 4 span there, and then down here I just want to add a couple of text. Let's just say Kandowa text, right? We got Kandowa text there. So yeah, if you come in here, refresh, you got that, right? That's all we are going to be doing in our HTML. Let's jump into our CSS. And then inside our CSS, the first thing that I want to do is just reset everything to 0. So I'm going to reset the margin, set it to 0, and then set the padding to 0 as well. Perfect. Now I want to target the body. In our body, the first thing that I want to do is just set the background. The background color, I want to use this color, which is 1247F. That's the background color that I want to use. And then the next thing that I want to use is the font family. So the font family that I want to use sans serif. And then the next thing that I want to change in the body is just the display. I want to display everything flex. And then I want to justify content. I just put it to the center, and then I want to align items to the center as well. And then I want to give a minimum height to this, a minimum height to our body. So I'm just going to give it a 100 VH, which is a view height. So yeah, that's all I want to do to the body. Now let's target our btn, which is this ring here. You know, it got the class name of btn, so we call that btn. And then inside our btn, I just want to change the position. This position, I want to set it to relative, right? Set it to relative, and then add some padding. Let's just say 20 to the top and bottom, and then 35, let's say to 35 to the left and right. And then I want to display this in line block. So display in line block, and then I want to set the color. Let's just use, let's say this, which is FF4500. That's the color that I want to use. And then I want to transform text transform. Just want to transform this to uppercase, right? And then the red spacing, I want to put some spacing. Let's just say to 3 pixels. And then the next thing is text, the correction since this is the ring, I don't want them to be underlined, so I want to set it to none. And then change the font size. Let's just say to 30 pixels, right? And then the overflow, let's set that to hidden. And then the last thing that I want to do to our btn is just add a transition. Let's just set it to 0.2 seconds. 0.2 seconds. And then if you come in here, refresh, you got that, right? So far so good. So let's move on. Now that we are done with that, I just want us to tag. Now I want to target the span in our btn. I want to target all span in here. So I just want to come down, call out. We know we are inside btn, and then this time we want to target all our span. Span there. So with the span, I just want to set the position to the position I want it to be absolute. And then the next thing is just display this, our span. I want to display them block. Right, that's all I want to do to our span. Now I want to target them separately. You know there are 4, so I want to target them separately there. So I'm going to call them. We know they are inside our btn, we know they are span, but this time I'm going to use an ends child, and then the first one I want to target the first child. So with this, just want to, the first thing that I want to do to our first is just add a margin to the top. Let's set it to 0, and then the margin to the left, let's set it to, let's say, to negative 100%. Right, and then I want to give this a width. I just want to set it to 100%, and then I want to give it the height. Let's set it to 3 pixels, and then the next thing is just change the background. Background this time I want to use a linear gradient. So with a linear gradient, the first thing I want to set the degree, which is 90 degree, and then I want to add a transparent, if I can spell that right, and then I want to set the color to just FF4500. right, that's the color I want to use. Alright, so now that we set that, now I just want to, once you hover the btn, something should be happening to this pen. So the btn, we just want to set, once you hover it, I want our span, which time this is our end child. This is the first child there. I want something to happen to this. So with that, I just want to set the margin to the left. Set the margin to the left to 100%. Right, and then the next thing I want to set is just add a transition. Set the transition, let's set it to, let's say, to 1 second. Right, come in here. If you come in here, refresh, see that is coming there. See that? Perfect. You're done with our first pen there. Now we want to target our our next pen. Let's move on to our next pen. So to move first, I'm not going to rewrite most of the things, so I'm just going to copy this. See, I started at the end child there, and just copy that, and then just come down here, come down, and just paste that. So now this time around, I want to target our third child. So I'm just going to put 3 there, and then this time, instead of top, I want it to happen at the top bottom. I want to place it at the bottom, and then instead of left, I want to place it at the right, and then the width I will leave it at the 100%, and the height I will leave it at that. And then this time I just want to change the background degree to, let's make it to 270 degree. And then the next thing I want to do here, let's change this to 3 as well, since we are targeting our third child. Just change this to our right, to once you hover, and then the transition, let's leave it to 1%. Then come in here, refresh, and then you see that they are coming in at the top and bottom, but they are coming in at the same time. So we want the one at the bottom to come in before. Right, so we add a transition delay to this. Transition delay, let's set it to 0.5 seconds. 0.5 seconds there, and then now you refresh, come here, refresh, and then you see it's coming in a bit late. You see that? Coming in a bit late. So we are good to go. Now let's move on to the next pen. And again, we don't want to waste any time, so we don't want to rewrite everything. We're just going to copy this and then paste it down. So copy that, come down here, and then paste it. This time we want to target our second pen. So we come down here, let's put 2 there, and then inside here, instead of pressing it at the bottom, we want to put top there. Then set this to, instead of 0, we want to set this to negative 100%. And then instead of, and then put this to the right, let's set it to 0. And then set the width, we want to set it to 3 pixels. And then change the height. The height we want to set it to 100%. Make some changes. And then the background we want to set it to 180. The gradient there, we just want to going to change the degree. Everything else will be the same. And then we come down here, set this to 2. And then in here we just want to set this to the top. The top there, we want to, let's make it 100%. Right, and then the transition, we leave it at 1, but then the transition delay, we want to leave this at 2.5 seconds. So make sure you put a comma, a semicolon there to separate that. Come down there, refresh, and then you got that. Alright, you got that going there. So now let's deal with the last one. So to the, just want to come up here as well, and then copy this, copy that, and then copy, and then make sure you paste it down there, paste it, and then this time we are targeting the last one, which is our fourth child. So with our fourth, just want to set it to the bottom, change from top, set this to bottom, let's set it to negative 100%, and then let's set this to the left instead of right. Let's set it to the left, and then the width will leave it the same, the height will leave it the same, and then the background we just want to change the degree here to 360 degree. Come down here, change this to 4, and then this I want to set this to bottom, there, the bottom, and then the transition, and then the delay I want to put it at 75%, I mean to 0.5 seconds. That's the delay that I want to use. Make sure you save, come down there, refresh, and then as you can see, you got your snake there going around your text. You got your snake, perfect. So now that you got your snake, now you just need the lighting. You just need the writing there. So the last part of this tutorial is to add the writing. So now you want, once you, your BDN, once you hover it, right, once you hover, you want the color, you want to set it to this color, which is 12475F. And then as you get you want the background color, you want to use, let's say, the same color, which is F4500. And then the next thing that I want us to do is just add a box shadow to this, a box shadow. So now I want to, let's set it to, let's say 0010 pixel, 0010 pixel, and then the color let's use, which is FF4500 as color. And then the next color I want to paste this a couple of times, so just separate that with a comma, right, and then paste it down here, just move it in line. And then let's change this to, let's say, to 35 pixel, maybe something like that. Paste this, right, and then change this, let's say, to 65. Make sure you close it off there, come in here, refresh. You got that. You got your box shadow there. So you got your box shadow there, but then you can't see your snake since the box shadow is coming in at the same time. So what you want to do is add a delay to your box shadow. So come down here and then add a transition delay, and we want to delay this for 1 second. So now come in here, refresh, you hover, you got your snake, and then the box shadow, the lighting, snakes, and then box shadow. Your snakes first and then your box shadow. Alright, that's cool. So yeah, that's it for this tutorial. I hope you find it helpful. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Yeah, leave us a comment down below, and if this was your first time, then please consider subscribing so you don't miss out on any content that we'll be posting. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm out. Peace, love, and unity.